Good evening from the studio in Marion, Ohio. That's goofy. How in the world are you doing? So I have, for the last 2 weeks, I have been traveling like a maniac. I started by going to Houston, Texas to see my dear friends, Jennifer Moran. Oh my God. Look at these rock stars. Senator Kevin Bacon. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Mike Phillips. Dude, I'm great. Oh my gosh. Becky. Oh my Lord. Have mercy. How in the world are you? So, I am back, and I am. Hey, Skylar, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Sean, good to see you. So I went to Houston to visit some friends down there. Jennifer Moran, Paul Williams, his amazing wife Kelly, and oh my Lord, there's my daughter Kenna. Hi, sweetheart. I love you and I miss you. So I went to Houston. I drove, by the way, to Houston, Texas. Then I went to Dallas to Craig Duswalt's event, the Rock Your Life event. And I spoke at that event, had a blast. It was amazing. A bunch of amazing people that I got to meet there. It was phenomenal. And so I was in Dallas for, I don't know, they had an ice storm while I was there. And then some jackwagon dinged my car door really bad. That wasn't cool, but whatever. Jay Santiago, good evening to you. Doug Wing, my brother, you're coming up in this story here in a minute, dude. Becky, you are number one. One day I'm coming to meet you in person. You are amazing. Becky, you seriously are amazing. So I was in Dallas during the ice storm. Ernest Odell, COVID is holding me back, but not for long. Don't let it win, man. Don't let it win. It tried with me. Ain't going down like that is what I said. So I spoke in Dallas at Craig's event, was phenomenal. I met Craig and his amazing wife Natasha, Glenn Morshower, my brother was there. So many other amazing people were there. Scott Schilling was there. My gosh, so many people. I can't even sit here and name everybody. Melody, I met Melody there. I met Melody Meyer. Gosh, so many people. I can't think of everybody. I have a bunch of business cards here too. But anyway, so it was a great, great, great event. And then I thought, I'm this close to Phoenix. I should just go over and see my brother Doug Wing. And I think it was prior to getting to Dallas that I made the decision I am going to go to Phoenix. I'm like, dude, it's only another 14 hours. I'll just drive over. What's the big deal? I went down through El Paso, Texas, and I saw Mexico. That's the closest I've ever been to Mexico, by the way. I saw Mexico from El Paso. You can literally look across the river and see Mexico. And so I drove to Phoenix. hung out with my brother Doug Wing. And I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna work on a Joe says Mike Phillips is holding him back. Of course Mike is, but yet Mike says, Joe, this is false. This is false. Jamie, I am back in Ohio. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone, by the way. I sure did, Paul Williams, and I had your cookies to fuel me, dude. So I ended up in Phoenix. Doug Wing has some of the most amazing vehicles made on planet Earth. The Mustang Revenge, we drove around in that for a couple of days. There are only 6 of these cars in the entire world, and Doug owns one of them. And I thought it was the fastest car I'd ever been in. It's pretty fast. I mean, it's ridiculously, holy crap, fast. And then he says, hey, let's go over and get my, what was that? What's the green one, Doug? Mustang. It's a Mustang. Doug, what is it? Come on, man. Come on, tell me. Mustang. It's not the Revenge. It is the come on, Doug. Are you on here still? I forget what it's called. GT 500. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Doug. Shelby GT 500. Okay, so Doug goes, now you can tell me which one you think is faster, the GT 500 or the Revenge. He said, I think the Revenge might be faster. And so we get in the GT 500. It's just beautiful. This green car, it's so beautiful. I mean, gorgeous, beautiful. And so we're driving. Well, no, I'm riding. He's driving. And all of a sudden, I thought I was going to throw up. I mean, it is so fast. I mean, it is hold on to your hair fast. It's by far, it's not by far faster than the Revenge, but that GT 500, oh my gosh. What's up? Brian Hess is in the house. Steph Ross, it's great to see you here. So anyway, Jose, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Oh yeah. So this GT 500, you can't even explain it. Like the sound, like I know people are like, oh, a Tesla would smoke that. Yes, but it may, and it would 0 to probably 70. But I'm going to tell you right now, the sound coming out of this car would shatter the windows in the Tesla. I mean, this car is crazy, man. I literally was like, okay, we just hit the NASCAR circuit with this thing. It is unbelievable. That GT 500, I tried to convince him to trade me the Honda, my Honda. I have a Honda Accord Turbo. It's fast. I'm like, dude, I really think you should trade me the Honda Accord Turbo because I just don't feel like you're going to be safe in the GT 500, and I would be. And and yeah, it goes 0 to 100 in 10 seconds, and back 0 to 100 and back to 0 in 10 seconds. The brakes on this car, on the front tires, the brakes are like, I can't, like, they're humongous brakes on the front. It's crazy. I mean, this car is so fast and it stops on a dime. It's apparently I do. Jamie, I love the quietness of my Tesla. And Teslas are, that was not a dig on Teslas at all. It's just not a Mustang GT500. That's all I'm saying, because I love Tesla. Absolutely love Tesla. It's just not a Mustang GT500 or a Mustang Revenge. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, anyway, I went out, hung out with Doug. We went to a couple of really nice restaurants. We went to, what was that first one? Stockyards, I think it's called. Excuse me. And then we came back, or we went the next night, Wednesday night. We met with Mark Victor Hansen and his amazing wife, Crystal, and we had dinner with them at Houston's. And I have to say that Houston's in Scottsdale is the best steak I've ever had. I mean, they marinate it for 48 hours in some kind of pineapple juice or something. I don't know what it was, but oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. All I have to do is take my foot off the accelerator and I stop. Right. I get it. Teslas are awesome. Still not a Mustang GT500. I'm sorry. Jamie, you know I love you, and I love Teslas. But if I had my choice, I would pick the GT500 every single time over anything. I mean, that thing, I don't even know how much they cost. Doug, you can, I think they're 150,000, 100 and something, I think. It's insane though. It's absolutely insane, this car. And that's not, I mean, he's also, he didn't have it here. We probably would have gone for a ride. Doug has the Ford GT, which is an insane car as well. But so anyway, what's holding you back? That's what I titled this. And I'll bet I know. And I'll tell you what I think is holding most people back. And I base this on my own personal experience and the conversations I've had with thousands of other people. Paul, Doug said that car will pass everything but a gas station. It literally, the tank on that car, the gas tank, it only gets 200 miles to the tank of gas, and it burns through. If you're driving it the way we may or may not have been riding around in this car, a tank of gas does not last very long. So, but here's what's holding most people back. Brian, that is 100% correct, but a little bit deeper than that, as you already know, is the conversations that we have with ourselves, about what we're capable of, about what, I can have. We're drilling more wells so Doug will have fuel. Good. I've had a lot of conversations with people, thousands of conversations. And, if you give somebody, let's say that somebody's presented an opportunity, immediately, most people start telling themselves stories of why they can't achieve whatever that opportunity is. Inside your head, immediately you start making excuses. And when I interviewed Brian Tracy, he said that and it was phenomenal. He said the moment that you stop blaming external forces and things for things not showing up in your life the way you want them to, and the moment that you take 100% responsibility for your life. And it's the moment that you move from being a child to an adult. Joe Ingram, are you hearing this? It's the moment you move from being a child to an adult, is when you take full responsibility for your life. And I'm telling you that the stories that we are telling ourselves, the stories of instead of telling ourselves the stories of possibilities when new things come up, instead of saying, the Bob Proctor thing that Billy Merritt talked about on my show, and I have it right there, that plaque right there. You can't read it right now, but it says, "I am so happy and grateful now that money flows to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis." When you live in this place of expecting abundance and you program your mind, you literally start overriding that bad programming that other people gave you. You override that and you change the conversations you have with yourself. You change the conversations about what is and is not possible in your life. See, I had every intention of having Bob Proctor on my show. Every intention. Mark Victor Hansen was going to make that happen, but I waited too long with my excuses for not pushing. And what happened? Bob Proctor has now moved on to the other side. He's left us. Talk about a man who left an incredible legacy because he changed the way that he talked to himself about himself and what was possible. He saw an expansive, abundant world that we live in, and he didn't see limitations. And so many of us are programmed to believe by other people. We are programmed to believe that there are all these limitations, all these reasons why we can't achieve our dreams, why we can't achieve what we want in life. So we have these negative conversations. We see opportunities every single day of our lives. Opportunities arise in our lives every single day. And we make excuses. We tell ourselves stories of failure and defeat before we ever even try. So I would encourage everyone, step out into your dreams, man. Like, I'm 53 years old. And I look at life like, man, you don't know what, I mean, I just drove all the way across the entire United States, almost to Mexico, like literally across the river from Mexico. I was in El Paso, Texas, drove over to Phoenix from Ohio, drove down to Houston, hung out with Paul. Hey, Chris from Bremerton, Washington. Dude, I love Washington. Love Washington. Blue collar marketing. Hold it. Blue collar marketing. Blue collar marketing. Who is that? Why do I know that? I know who blue collar marketing is. Who is it? Who is it? It's going to drive me crazy. Is that Robbie? Blue collar marketing. Is that Robbie? Anyway, or is that no, that's hold on. That's no, I don't know who, I don't know. You have to tell me who you are. I know it's your name's not Blue. Oh, good Lord, Hammerjack Johnson. That does not help. That's Robbie. Oh my God, that's funny. Get out of your comfort zone. Listen. Stop telling yourself all the reasons why you can't have this or you can't have that. Stop telling yourself that you're going to fail before you even try. Change the conversation you have with yourself. Get yourself a spiral bound notebook if you need to. Get a spiral bound notebook and write down your goals every single day, every single morning. Write down goals, write down positive affirmations, write down, write, keep writing and keep writing and keep writing. Get a pen and keep writing and keep writing and keep writing every single day until you change the way you think. Brian Tracy has a book called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life, or something like that. So does Dr. Wayne Dyer. Change your thoughts, you'll change your life. Like, these people aren't just like highly paid motivational speakers that go out here and make stuff up that sounds good. They're tried and true and tested. They work. They've worked for me. Like, you've got to change the way that you think. When you change the way that you think, when you change the conversations that you're having in your head and you align with your heart, your life will change. Everything will change. And who said they liked my haircut? I saw that. Somebody said they liked my haircut. I want to say thank you because I like my haircut too. Glenn Caldwell's in the house. Jason Rice, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. But is it Joe at sunset beautiful? The car? Yes. It's way, way more beautiful than Joe at sunset. Sorry, dude. Oh, Steph Ross, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Paul Williams says, figure out who you want to be and be that every day. And I love that, but listen. I'm going to say this, man, and this might not be popular with some people, and quite honestly, I that's not my problem. No offense, but it's not. Hold on, I'm updating my daughter's Apple Watch for her. Installation paused. Good Lord have mercy. So figure out who you want to be. The problem, I believe, Paul, and anybody else watching, is too many people are sitting around trying to figure out who they want to be. And then 80 years go by, and then 85 years go by, and 90 years go by, and they still haven't figured out who they want to be. So they sat around trying to figure out who they want to be. And so they became the person that just sat around trying to figure out who they want to be, instead of taking massive, massive action and failing and being okay with failing and getting up and going at it again and getting up and going at it again and falling and getting hit in the face, going down, like getting crushed and getting back up. And through the journey of taking massive action, I believe that's where we start figuring out who we want to be. Well, yeah, I mean, I get that. It does. I know it's worked great for you. I was at your house, remember? It's worked great for you. Excuse me. But a lot of people don't take action because they're trying to wait on everything to be perfect first. A lot of people don't take massive action because they're scared to death of, what if I take massive action and that's not who I want to be? You just change then. You change. You go in a different direction. Don't get hung up in the stories about who you think you are. Don't get hung up in those stories. Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. That's right. John Lennon. The battle of the mind is kind of wild, persistent and insistent, though. I agree with that 1,000%. So, high and tight. That's right. So, look, what's holding most people back is the stories that they're telling themselves. That is it. That's what's holding people back. It's the stories that we tell ourselves about what's possible for us, about our failures, our mistakes, our low points in life. You know, everybody has a story. Everybody has a I mean, I have interviewed now 400 and whatever it's been, 415, 420, 400 and something entrepreneurs and celebrities. And some of these people that are worth billions of dollars that are friends of mine, and like Rami Albatrawi, his story is unbelievable. The guy's a billionaire. He wrote Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? The guy has an unbelievable story. The difference between most people and a guy like Rami, though, is he takes action. He wakes up in the middle of the night with a business idea, and by the end of the day, that business is up and running. And a lot of them fail. A lot of them have failed. A lot. And he said it. Pamela J. Goodwin. You either have excuses or results, but not both. Well, you know what? Excuses do produce results. They just don't produce the results that we want, right? So we always end up with a result. There's a result of not taking action, and there's a result of taking action. There's a result of making excuses, and there's a result of saying, screw it, I'm going all in on this. And taking action now, right now, and not messing around. Like, just take action. Don't sit and cry about it. Don't sit and whine about it. Don't sit and think about it forever. The most successful people that I know are capable and do make decisions right now. They do not mess around with decisions. They don't like Grant Cardone says, adding time to a decision that you have to make is not going to make it easier. Make the decision and move on. You know, I know people that get all hung up and caught up in the nostalgia of, you know, the high school years, and or the, you know, I know people that are in their 50s and 60s that are still living like they're in high school. Like, dude, make a decision, move on with your life, move forward in life. Don't get stuck. Yeah, Doug, like the yellow car. Like the yellow car. Doug has an opportunity to get one of the most beautiful Porsches I've ever seen in my life right now. And he's hung up on the decision. Get it. What's the worst that could happen? You have to sell it? Okay. So what? I mean, it's a Porsche. The only thing that's going to happen to it is the value is going to go up. Like, it's an investment, dude. And that's if you want it. If you really want it, get it. If you don't really want it, don't get it. But don't get hung up on the decision. Just make it and move forward. That's what I would do. My suggestion is that. What is that? What is that, Doug? What one is that? Sorry, I just had to block somebody on YouTube. Is the yellow car not fast enough? It's a Porsche, like, supercar. It's definitely a supercar. Which one is it? Is it the 918? I don't know. I don't know which one it is. I have a picture of it. Y'all want to see it? Doug, can I show them the picture? Can I show them the picture? Can I show them the picture? Doug. Hello, Doug. May I show them the picture, Doug? 911 GTS. Doug, can I show them the picture? Sure. He said sure. So that means yes. Here it is. Ready? Bam! Look at that thing. If I had Doug's money, it would already be sitting in my garage. There'd be nothing to think about at all. That puppy would be in my garage. Come on. That thing is beautiful. And it's a GTS, so come on with it. So look, don't get hung up on decisions. If you feel like you're making the wrong, it's hard to say for a lot of people. When I say this, they just don't get it. Trust your gut, man. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. And really look at the big picture. Look at the big picture. The vast majority of Warren Buffett's wealth was made on 9 trades. If you're taking action, you're eventually going to win, so long as you're learning from your mistakes. Amen. Amen. Amen, amen, and amen. Doug Wing, get it. We'll help you decide. When do you change it up if something is not working? It depends on, in my opinion, it depends on how much you believe in it. And if I would look around, and if it's not working from a business perspective, is there anybody else doing it? And if there is, are they doing it successfully? And if they are, what are they doing that you're not? Figure that out. What are they doing that you're not? And are you really, are you really giving it everything you have? There's been many, many, many days where I sat at my desk and worked for 14 hours and went to bed knowing that I didn't really work all that much in those 14 hours I sat at my desk. I wasn't putting out a product. I was just killing time, surfing the internet, surfing the social medias. And that doesn't work. So you got to be honest with you. You got to take responsibility for your life. You got to take responsibility for your actions, and you have to take responsibility for your inactions. So if something isn't working, figure out how to make it work. If you don't know how to make it work and you don't think there's an opportunity to make it work, then move on. But remember this, and this is an old saying from recovery, but wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. So if you can look in the mirror and honestly say, man, I have given it everything I have. I've given it my very, very, very best. I just don't know how to make it work. Then move on. But if you feel like it's something that I could give a whole lot more if I really put my heart into it, then put your heart into it. Go buy a Grant Cardone bracelet to remind you what you shouldn't be. I mean, give it everything you have. If you haven't put your heart into it and you're tiptoeing around or you're just killing time, then do something about it. Change is hard, man. It's hard. I'm telling you. I can remember back, I mean, if I make it to August the 10th this year, I will have 20 years sober. 20 years sober. It's unbelievable. But I can remember back when I was still in denial. I can remember when I was like somebody's like, denial is an acronym for don't even notice I am lying. That's denial. Don't even notice I am lying. I can remember when I was in denial, when I thought, oh, I'm giving it everything I have. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. I can't stand the word try. I know I'll make it, Doug. I know. It's okay. So that's a recovery thing too, where you take it one day at a time in recovery. But I've taken my sobriety one day at a time for over 19 and a half years now. And I have every intention of making it to August. It's crazy. So what was I saying? Don't remember. Oh, don't even notice I am lying. So, when look, we're all capable of more. All of us. Me, you, all of us. It's our crappy, 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 and I mean crappy excuses and lies that we tell ourselves about what we're capable of. It's crazy because you don't want to look like a fool. Neither do I. I don't like looking like an idiot, just for the record. Nobody does. Nobody does. Nobody wants to fail and look like a fool. Nobody. If they do, they're an idiot. Nobody wakes up in the morning and goes, boy, I sure hope I walk out the front door and trip and smash my face against the ground. Nobody. Nobody wants to look foolish. Nobody wants to do foolish things or look silly. And that, I believe, is the conversations that we're having about what we're capable of, because we're afraid of looking foolish to other people. And so what do? We keep our foot on the brake of life. And it's not a judgment. I've been there. Million times been there. And it's sad that so many people go to their graves with their music still inside of them. So change your stories. Change what you're talking to yourself about. Change that. Have a different conversation. Learn how to have a different conversation about what you're capable of. Stop thinking about what you're incapable of. Think about what God created in this world, this universe, how big, how expansive. It's like never ending. It's still growing. And here you are floating around this tiny little speck of nothingness, of dust on this blue ball, green ball, whatever color it is, floating around, spinning around and around and around and around and going around our star, the sun. And we are among 7.5 billion other human beings floating through the universe that's constantly expanding. You outswam 500 million sperm to be created. There is a 1 in 400 trillion chance of you being born. And yet you put limitations on yourself. 1 in 400 trillion. Do you know that the odds of winning the lottery are like 1 in 260 million? And people line up to buy lottery tickets. They'll stand in line for hours. If the Powerball gets big enough, they will stand in line for hours to buy $50, $100, whatever of Powerball tickets. When there's a 1 in 260 million chance of winning, they're willing to gamble on that. Yet here you are, the odds of you being born into this world are 1 in 400 trillion. Do you know like all the mechanics of what has to happen with the cells splitting, the heartbeat starting, all of the things that have to occur? Man, what is it with the YouTube spammers, like bots? But all of the things that have to occur for you to be born into this world, and the perfection that God created in you, and you're walking around in this world putting limitations on yourself, having self-limiting beliefs, not willing to take a chance, not willing to risk it. And I think that is sad. I think it's sad. I think that we're all capable of doing so much more that we're not doing. And that's too bad. Really too bad. So I would encourage you to take your foot off the brake. Stop living in fear. Stop making up stories about how things are going to go wrong. Stop telling yourself that you're not capable when you're perfectly capable. Even if you're not capable, you can learn how to do it. We live in the greatest period of time in the history of the world. Information is available in milliseconds. It's at our fingertips. It's constantly with us. Information is always there. You can learn how to do anything. Anything. Don't put limitations on yourself. Start writing out the positive affirmations. Do the work. Write it out. Well, I don't get it. Like, I have 170 people-ish in the Grow Live Academy who've signed up for, paid for the Grow Live Academy. Every Thursday evening, I have a big mastermind meeting. And about 30 to 35 show up. And 90% of those are the same people that show up every single week. 95%. The others don't show up. Why? I teach people a lot. I have friends. I have celebrity friends that come in there. Glenn Morshower came in last week and rocked that place. I mean, he rocked it. He shook some people up. There were people crying in there because they felt so much relief. They felt like they released things that were holding them back. I've had Mark Victor Hansen come in. I've had Brian Hess has been in. So many different people have come in and taught. Joe Ingram came in and taught 2 weeks ago and blew everybody away. But only 20%, the Pareto principle. The Pareto principle is 20% of the people make 80% of the money. And 20% of the people do 80% of the work. Show up, man. I mean, that's the first step. Show up. That's right, Brian. So much further. But Brian is committed to working on his mind and his heart. He's committed to it. He puts in the freaking work. He doesn't just go out and say, well, I'm the smartest guy alive. I don't need to attend. He shows up. Dude's doing tens of millions of dollars a year in business, and he shows up to the Grow Live Academy and to learn with a learning mindset. It blows me away how many people, I mean, I just spent almost $20,000 with Grant Cardone over the last year doing his accelerator program. And I have learned so much. I'm 53 years old. You'd think by now I'd have it figured out. No, man, you got to keep learning. You got to keep wanting to grow. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. You can't just sit around. I mean, you can sit around and do nothing, but it won't be long until they're taking you out in a body bag. And you're getting a toe tag. I'm telling you, start showing up. Stop whimpering around in life and letting life kick your ass. Stop doing that right now. I'm trying to do 95%. That's it, dude. That's right, Doug. We're all still learning. I don't want 80% of the money. 99% sounds better. I love that, dude. That's hilarious. I mean, look, it's a matter of and that's the other thing is decide on this journey. Listen to me. You got to hear this. You've got to hear this. Start taking the action. The journey, taking massive action on the journey will help you figure out what you're supposed to be. It will help you. You can't wake up tomorrow morning and go, I know what I want to be. It doesn't happen like that typically. It's the action. It's taking the action that produces the results. And sometimes those results are negative. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'll do it this way. And we've heard all of the metaphors. We've heard all of them. We've heard the invention of the light bulb, the 900 or 9,999 times that he failed until he got it right, or whatever the number is. Like, thank God he didn't give up. We wouldn't have lights. We would have lights. Somebody would have figured it out. I'm just saying, like, so many people allow these stories that are ingrained in their head. You did not. Shut up. You did not know that, Brian. Why'd you work at Verizon then, bro? That's funny. But think about that. Like Brian had, I don't even know how many different jobs he's had, a lot. And then one day he decided, okay, I'm going to get into this business here. And so he took action, and he had no clue what he was doing. And now he's doing tens of millions of dollars 4 years later. Like, take action. If you have an idea, excuse me, take action. 1 second. When I was in Phoenix, I don't know if it was the dry air, if I got a cold, I don't know what it was, but wow, my sinuses went crazy out there. Absolutely crazy. Anyway, hey, I just want everybody to take action in their life. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to have a different experience in life than they're having if they're not happy with the results. And I know that everybody is capable of more. I know we are. If you'd like to jump into the Grow Live Academy, if you don't know this, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I'm running a promo on it. If you go to growliveacademy.com, you'll see you can now join for $147 down and $77 a month. That's basically free. It's $997 normally per year. You can do that too. Or you can pay the $147 and $77 a month. Just go to growliveacademy.com And you'll see, just scroll down a little bit, you'll see the 2 options. Select the one you want. Get signed up. We'd love to have you in there. We have a lot of people that are rock stars. I mean, sorry, big time rock stars like Brian Hess. Good night, brother. I love you, man. Have fun in Dallas. I was just there. I'll be back in Dallas next week, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, jump over there. It's never been, I mean, it's 147 and 77. So 224 the first month and then 77 a month after that. Get in there. It's crazy. That's an unbelievable price on that. I do need a jet, dude. You're right. I really do. Working on that. So, yeah, man, jump over there. I'd love to have you in. Love to have some of you in there. Darlene, it's great to see you. Always love seeing Darlene. You have such great positive energy. Anyway, hey, listen, I appreciate all of you. And let's split one. All right, let's do it, dude. Appreciate all of you. I love all of you. And I hope for each and every one of you, and I really genuinely mean this, I hope for each and every one of you that you will take your foot off the brake of your life. Take your foot off the brake and stomp on the gas and learn how to do what it is that you're doing. Invest in yourself, invest in your future. Learn how to do it. Learn how to do it the right way. You all have an awesome night. Thank you for being on here. And thank you to anyone who shared this out. I appreciate you. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.